Matt Balak. We return in a state of joy. Progress is being made on many fronts as we put in motion the final directives which will shortly allow the funding to begin. Concurrently, a series of meetings have cleared up certain misunderstandings between our Earth allies and us. These discussions brought up a number of issues that were worrying several groups about how the announcement process was to proceed, and this led to some adjustments to our broadcast agenda. These hiccups are now resolved, and we are ready to use our technology to hasten the next phase of bringing forth your new reality. Another matter that was holding things up was various squabbles over exactly how the lead into disclosure was to be carried out. In essence, it was all about priorities and how best to wrap up the removal of the Dark Cabal. Also at issue were various moral and legal points concerning the Cabal's final surrender documents, and this too has been judiciously settled. So now the stage is being set for the Dark to remove their minions from office. This present time has turned into an opportunity for us to review everything dealing with disclosure and first contact. The political system that rules your world is, of course, a construct of the Dark Cabal. Various secret, sacred groups are putting together the procedures whereby many nations in Asia, Africa, and Europe are to be legally replaced by caretaker governments. The purpose of this is to remove every last vestige of the dark control and to bring to power those individuals and groups dedicated to manifesting your new reality. Disclosure will go ahead smoothly once the new governance and those groups long dedicated to the rise of a spiritually oriented consciousness on your world are at the helm. Your ascended masters have forged a global network that includes your Garth and cousins and us. Already several banks around your globe are diligently abiding by the new international financial protocols, and these rules will come into effect universally once the dark has been ushered out of power. The First Contact Fleet continues to add new human Star Nation members to its lists. We are expanding the number of specially trained mentors and matching up your personal mentor to your place of origin, as we have discovered that you tend to be more comfortable with a mentor from the Star Nation, whose ancestral genes run most strongly in you. This seems sensible despite the fact that most of you are an amalgam of many different Star Nations. We intend to make this final consciousness shift as effortless and gracious as possible, and as you take on your new, fully conscious identity, you can begin to recall your ancient antecedents. The Dark, too, were aware of and used the importance of ancestral genealogy to control you by creating the concept of hierarchy and making you think that they were better than their commoner subjects. In the first age established by the Anunnaki after the fall of Atlantis, all of you thus became a type of mongrel, which is quite laughable. Every Star Nation has developed a unique culture that they are proud of. We hold cultural festivals throughout the galaxy which display the various dances, chants, and rituals unique to each Star Nation. At certain times of the galactic year, we come together to heal and sustain this galaxy, and we welcome the addition of your Star Nation to this fabulous mix. We know that you are to come together with the Augur Thans to form the springboard for what you are to create. You possess one of the most stunning planetary systems in the galaxy, and as you begin to occupy the inner realms of your four water worlds, you will then merge with the energies of each planet. Out of this will arise a variety of possibilities which will coalesce into a foundation for your Star Nation's culture, and we look forward to your participation in our cultural exchanges and festivals. Your planets are to become host to galactic and intergalactic conferences which will shape the history of this section of physicality. As you can see, there is much for you to look forward to. Blessings. We are your ascended masters. The time is near for the transformations we have promised you. Our many associates, both in inner Earth and in your global societies, are completing those tasks specific to unblocking the abundance deliveries and allowing the investiture of new governance. The Dark Ones continue to search for ways to steal any funds it can to funnel into their plans to maintain themselves in power. Previously, we relied on the Galactic Federation to locate these stolen assets and reclaim them. Now various Agarthan liaison teams have assumed this responsibility. For the present, we will be holding on to these funds until the coast is clear and the Dark safely removed from your societies. The Dark ones who were involved in carrying out these thefts have been taken into custody and are being sequestered in a special holographic environment maintained by our Agarthan associates. There are a number of funds currently being denied distribution by the Dark. The stance persisted in by various Dark-oriented governments demonstrates unequivocally the need to remove these governments from power. In pursuance of this, we have now been asked to focus our attention on this matter, and so a series of coordinated moves are underway that will achieve this heaven-decreed activity in a legal and ethical manner. We are also finishing up a project that is making it very clear to the Dark that each and every one of its ambitious strategies to counter the Light is failing. Once it is done, we can at last implement the global deliveries and use our legal and other means to disempower the old order and remove the remaining cronies of the Dark. Very quickly on the heels of this will come the announcements and new caretaker governance. As you can see, a mighty struggle has erupted across your globe for the last time. The Dark is a very slippery and resilient force. It possesses many allies and also the remainder of a formerly vast conglomeration of financial funding. However, it finds these funds shrinking fast with no options for replacing them. Our relatively simple task now is to use those legal, administrative, and military resources provided for us in the most efficacious way possible. We thank the Creator for the many blessings and the divine grace that have been bestowed on us during this mission. Now the time approaches for us to carry out the promises made to you by heaven. Your coming prosperity and new governance is a very thin end of the wedge of what awaits you. Be ready and wise enough to take these coming opportunities as a gift to be used to spread the light into every desolate and needy corner of your beloved planet. Today, we continued our ongoing messages about the latest developments on your globe. A worldwide movement for liberty and financial freedom for all is growing fast, and this is only a fragment of what is in the works. The time comes for a grand leap in consciousness. Know, dear ones, that the countless supply and never-ending prosperity of heaven are indeed yours. So it. Selamat Gahan. Selamat Jah. Surian, everyone. And be enjoy.